I can't believe this happened. It's horrible. It's unbelievable.
There are no words. None.
I never knew the kid. I felt like I knew him. Sure, he was annoying and all, but he sure made things interesting around here. I guess I never appreciated that.
He was crying out for help, and I don't know if that makes me responsible for what happened. I don't know. I guess I'll never... Instead of needing to be right, needing to be superior or self-righteous, I should have been better than that. And I wasn't. And I don't know what... I don't know.
33% of all gay teens attempt or commit suicide. And it's 4 times the number of straight teens. But Cool Velvet wasn't just a number, he was a person. One has to wonder what he could have become. He was a writer and he was an artist. Maybe he could have been great. He had all that passion and agony, and maybe he was actually brilliant. We'll never know. All he could have been is lost to us now.
I've thought about suicide before, but I've never tried it. Would the world be happier if I was gone? Would my parents actually miss me? Would the kids at school laugh? Would I finally be happy? Sometimes I just wish I could live online, and that's where people are nice to me. And sometimes I wish I could just run away and move to New York City, because I know I'll be happy there, because that's where Broadway is.
I almost killed myself once. I never told anybody that. I'm not going into all the details of my life, but let's just say that things were really bad for me. And when I came out, it just got worse. It's a very lonely place to be. And it breaks my heart that someone else was in that place too. And went through something that I am so grateful to God that I never went through. To be so lost. To feel so alone. To feel so desperate.
I write music. Most of it in my head. I need to put it on paper or record it. If I died, it would be lost forever. Death scares me in so many ways. There's so many things I want to achieve, so many goals I want to fulfill, so much art that I must make. I cannot die. Not until I've achieved my goals.
When Betty Davis died, I felt very weak and vulnerable, because I felt if someone so strong could become so weak and die, then there's nothing I can do to stop it from happening to me. I mean, I felt like I was going to suffocate. When I got home that night, I locked myself in my room, and I watched her movies one after the other. And I cried. And I cried myself to sleep. And when I woke up the next morning, there was this empty void. But somehow I kept going. And slowly but surely I was filled with strength. And I knew I could make it. And I knew I could live my life to the fullest and never waste another second. How easily I break that promise. Constantly.
I have a brother. He was messed up. Drugs, stealing, wrecking his car, fought horribly with our parents. One time he pushed our mom, got into a fist fight with our dad. I knocked him on his ass. You know, I put him in his place. I forced him to face facts, and it worked. I forced him to get up and get his ass into rehab and take responsibility for his shit. He was lazy and ignorant and entitled. Worked for him. Shouldn't have stuck my nose in.
My sister lost her little girl in a car accident. We would have done anything to get her back. It changed our lives forever. To lose a child.
My mother and I were estranged. We hadn't talked to each other in 12 years when she died. And when I think about what caused us to stop talking to one another, it just seems completely foolish. And I was left with a deep regret. A regret deeper than any pain or regret that I have ever known in my entire life. And that regret stings me to this day.
Today, my mom came in my room and hugged me. Like really hard. And she told me she loved me. When I saw the tears in her eyes, I knew I could never, ever kill myself. I could never do that to her. I could never hurt her that way.
You never take a child for granted. You love them unconditionally. His parents must be devastated. I'm sorry, and I don't mean to sound cruel, but I have very little patience for people like that. There's no way that I would have treated my child like that. I don't care what you feel about who you think they are. Maybe this is their punishment. You love your children. I love my children unconditionally.
I wish Ku knew how much his parents loved him. How much I cared about him. And then maybe he wouldn't have done what he did. I wish he hadn't given up. I wish he had come to me or anyone and we could have helped.
I just pray that Ku is at peace now. I pray that his family will be able to find peace.
We are going to miss him. We're going to miss him.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.